I want to begin this video by making it explicitly clear that this video is not meant to get you down. This video is meant to wake you up. One thing I want to address is the pervasive rhetoric making the rounds right now regarding the Bitcoin ETF application. I'm seeing people make predictions like 50,000 and 60,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. I'm seeing people use Google Trends to say that we're due for a bull run. I'm seeing people say that because shorts are high, we're due for a reversal. I'm seeing people say that Coinbase's custodial services means institutional money is going to invest trillions in crypto any day now. I'm seeing people say that the stock market is about to crash and that crypto is going to serve as the ultimate hedge. I'm seeing people say that the US-China trade war and other geopolitical circumstances such as the US-Iran sanctions are going to promote decentralized cryptocurrency use. Most of all, I'm seeing people say that the Bitcoin ETF is 100% a done deal. Let's make one thing very clear. Nothing is set in stone. Welcome to Ready Set Crypto. This is your brain on blockchain. Now, the moment you give in and believe that a prediction is a fact, the moment that you take someone's opinion as truth, the moment that you get lazy with your analysis and due diligence, that is when someone who is paying more attention is going to take your money. Look, I get it. The last 7 months have been really painful. When we're suffering, anything that can make the experience easier and more palatable seems preferable to going it alone. But this is a trap, and ultimately it's going to hurt worse when you get burned a second time. Remember when people said that the Chinese New Year was going to get us out of this bear market? Or when Wall Street bonuses were going to inject the capital needed to turn us around? Or how after tax season we were going to see the mother of all bull runs? Guess what? Those are BS predictions and were propagated by those who don't care if they're right or wrong, because regardless, they got you to buy into their narrative. If you're listening to people like that, you're being manipulated. That's right, you're being manipulated. If someone is showing you a chart and telling you that this indicator or that indicator infers that a certain event is imminent, they're selling you snake oil. Technical analysis is great for reading trends and seeing patterns. But if someone tells you that it predicts the future with any degree of certainty, especially for the long term, they're lying. Technical analysis is not meant to predict the future. It's meant to give you a framework from which you can make decisions. Decisions, not predictions. Furthermore, if someone is making a grandiose prediction about the price of an asset by a certain date, that something is going to happen, they're equating guesses with absolute certainty. The next time you see an influencer make some prediction about the price of Bitcoin, I want you to look at them how I look at McAfee, starved for views and desperate for attention. Be honest with yourself and think critically about the people in this space. Okay, so this is where I want to turn your attention to the Bitcoin ETF application currently under discussion by the SEC. When I see guys like Tika say that the Bitcoin ETF will happen with absolute certainty in 2018, it frustrates me to no end. He claims that the ETF will push Bitcoin up over 100,000 per coin. So let's think critically here for 2 seconds about why this is nothing more than the words of a charlatan trying to get you to buy his program. First, how could he possibly know what the SEC plans to do? This is the third time they're reviewing it. Has anything changed since the last rejection? Let's play a game of pro-con. On the positive side, we saw Bitcoin and Ether cleared against possible security status, meaning they're easier to trade and will face less regulations. We've also seen some developments regarding a more mature market, with lots of scam ICOs failing and companies like Coinbase working to attract institutional investors to the space. We've also seen Bitcoin futures successfully traded for more than 7 months. And with price discovery more attainable, that could push the SEC to take a different look. Bitcoin's market price has been stubbornly holding above 100 billion since November, indicating some resilience. Finally, with the outlook on the global market starting to appear bearish as global debt has reached a new record high at 247 trillion, A Bitcoin ETF would provide an alternate investment vehicle for those looking for one. But let's be real, the negative argument is still very strong and hasn't changed much. In January, the SEC warned there are significant investor protection issues with Bitcoin. After all, Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space hasn't solved a lot of the inherent scalability, liquidity, or volatility issues that led to the previous rejections. Then there's a whole perspective that many are not looking at. Do we actually want or need this? This may very well be the case of be careful what you wish for. History is replete with examples of hot investing trends turning cold once they reach sufficient popularity for the financial services industry to launch mass-marketed funds. An ETF would introduce counterparty risk into Bitcoin. We could see a phenomenon where the traditional regulations decrease consumer protections as a result of trying to shoehorn Bitcoin into a traditional investment vehicle. Not to mention, this would harm Bitcoin as a currency, as it would effectively remove such a large number of Bitcoins from circulation that it will be even less stable and will be subject to being controlled and manipulated by institutional money. If you find this market hard to trade now, just wait until Wall Street can trade it more openly. Look, I'm not anti-ETF. I'm actually very much in favor of whatever brings exposure and capital to the space. I just don't think it's healthy to make this the necessary factor for the next bull run. Those who are preying on people's inhibitions because they know they're in the red is wrong. This market will recover, but it won't be solely the ETF that does it. Even if it does get approved in August, what then? Are all our problems magically solved? Does Bitcoin hitting 50,000 actually mean anything? No. Sure, it helps us get out of the funk we're currently in, but look at the bigger picture here. If we're looking for crypto's big year, I just don't think it's 2018. We're building the future. It doesn't happen overnight, nor should it, as we saw with the last bubble burst. Honestly, the true game changer will be once we find crypto's killer app that can overtake its centralized counterpart. I just don't think it's payments right now. We have bank cards, we have credit cards, we have QR codes, and online banking apps that are already fast, instant, and/or free. Sure, they aren't actually instant or free, but try explaining that to your average consumer. We will never see mainstream adoption until the provided solution can provide new benefits while keeping the old. Think about the internet in the late 90s versus when it actually started to become mainstream. The internet's killer app was smartphones and mobile data and social media and personalized computing and Netflix and Amazon and Google. Blockchain's killer app will be something that can fundamentally change the world like that. As I said, this video is not meant to get you down, but to wake you up. And I do want to end on a positive note. I do think that pain has a purpose. Pain is a teacher. Pain has taught the market that reliance on ICOs to drive the market is a bad idea. Hype is not sustainable, and that we should instead focus on the tech and the proliferation, not the constant barrage of terrible projects we saw come out of 2017. I do think the market is maturing. I do think this space is coalescing at precisely the right moment that it needs to. We're showing that we can self-regulate and operate, and that's what regulators and institutional investors of the world want to see. 2018 may not have been a very exciting year for crypto so far, but importantly, it sets the stage for what's yet to come. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already in order to continue to see high quality cryptocurrency analysis and advice. Don't forget to hit the bell right next to the subscribe button in order to be notified when we put out a new video. Also be sure to watch some of our other videos and visit our website where we've got more free cryptocurrency education, a free intro course, a free book, and a free newsletter. So definitely check us out. Thanks again for watching. This has been Ready Set Crypto, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.